Yeah, go for it.
Yes. So the next update is us updating the AI package, the GitWit AI package that we use to now accept API keys, fetch API keys that users have set from the database, or if you are using the GitWit AI package as a standalone package, then you can also pass in the API key through the AI provider. So the way that it works now is, I'll just share my screen. Um, okay, just give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
Is that your desktop background, bro?
oh shit.
It's okay. You weren't streaming.
Oh shit. I need to. I think I did that, but sorry. Let me.
No, no, no. Everything's nothing's live.
Oh, that's perfect.
Need to close some tabs.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. Dude, where the shit. Okay. It's not. Okay, perfect. Okay. Screen
Okay.
two, screen one, share.
Yep. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here and then this one.
That's good. Okay. So now the AI client updates, AI client configuration have this field user API keys where you can pass in Anthropic, OpenAI, whichever that we support right now.
Yeah.
And then so this is default config, and let me just show you example that cursor created for me, because I still need to do it in the front end. So, okay. So this is it. Okay, so the create AI provider now has the API key that you can pass if you're using the standalone create AI provider,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything else will work perfectly as it was. And then also, if you're not passing an API key, then the current configuration will work just fine as well. It will just fall back to the API key that we have in our environment environmental variable configs. and
Nice.
then and then the auto detect from the environment is basically just this. So if we are not, so this is basically what current configuration right now is. And then the integrated usage is basically, so now while creating an AI client, you can pass in the user ID. So the reason that we are doing this is because user ID also relates to the database schema that
Mm-hmm.
is updated, and that schema now contains the API keys that the user is updating. Um,
Yes.
so that's why we are now also passing user ID, so that it automatically will fetch from the database based on what the user has set, and then it will use that API key instead of the current environmental configuration API key. And then we have APIs as well, API/API keys, status, delete, all the basic stuff with the
Mm-hmm.
APIs. And then this is the front end integration example. I actually updated the we have now the API key route for this. And then Oh, and also we are encrypting the API keys as well. So we need to also set encryption key so that before storing in the database, we first encrypt it, and then before getting back from the database, we decrypt it as well. So that's already there.
Good.
And
Good.
then okay, yeah. So this is just the normal other things where basically yeah, so switching providers dynamically, you can do that as well. It's just which API key you're using or which provider you're using is just basic switching stuff. We can improve this. This is just conditions, but we can improve this also. Currently, my focus is basically to allow user API keys, and this will be also updated. But I think this should work fine for now. And then error handling is just a normal thing. Okay, yeah. So the API keys, we have the API keys route and Anthropic API. So provider schema is basically Anthropic and OpenAI for now. And then decrypting the API keys here. We have the decrypt function that I'm getting from crypto, which is basically the crypto file in the lib services,
Yeah.
which is where we are encrypting and decrypting the API keys. Here, this might be a little overkill, but we can update this later based on our needs. But it's working fine for now.
Sweet.
And then yeah, so basically get post sorry get put
So what is
and
the key what is the
delete.
key that we are using to encrypt and decrypt? Where is that stored?
That would be stored in the oh,
Environment variables?
yeah. That would be
Okay.
stored in the environment variables.
Got it.
And then the schema updates were basically this. Oh, and this.
Got it. Got it.
So that's basically everything that was updated. And then yeah, so that's everything. Um,
Yeah. Can you show real quick the part of the code that that fetches on the front end that fetches the encrypted key from the back end?
um,
Sorry, the decrypted key from the
tip,
back end.
yeah, not actually from the backend, but from the database.
Uh, but so this is back end. So where
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
front end? Which part on the front end calls this?
I've still yet to do that
Oh, okay.
actually. Yeah.
So, okay, perfect. So one thing I wanted to mention was because I see you're passing the user ID into
Yes, the client.
the client. Another. So if we do it this way,
Hmm.
then it works, but it won't really be possible to use the AI library outside of GitWit. Um, if we um,
Yes.
if
Yeah, I see what you mean.
another pattern to do this would be to use like a callback, um, which would be like a function that we pass to create AI client,
Hmm.
um, which you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. Like in the future, if we want this to be
Yeah,
reusable on other projects, we may move to a different structure.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I
cool.
just need to update the client
Yeah.
actually to not use the user ID and use the callback instead.
Yeah.
But then, again, the AI provider is already standalone,
Yeah.
which I made sure of that. It's
Yeah.
just that you if you pass in the API key, then it would just work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's basically everything that I have right now. The backend part is mostly done except for the thing that you mentioned right now, and then the
Hmm.
next will be the front end part.
Cool. Okay. Um, nice. Yeah. The only thing that I have to mention is that I restructured the dependencies. That
Yeah, I
was
saw.
Victor made a PR a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure what happened, but when I deleted my node modules and I tried to install, it didn't work.
Hmm.
And because what was happening was he had to. recreate a lot of the dependencies. He changed a lot of things. Got changed. So I ran this tool called dep check,
Mm-hmm.
and I ran it individually on each workspace that we have. Um, so um, so each um, so each workspace has the correct dependencies for that workspace.
Hmm.
And then when you build, the package lock combines everything,
Yes.
but the package.jsons are still correct. Like for example, like the drizzle dependencies were still in the web folder instead of in the DB folder, for example.
Oh.
So when you build, everything works, but
Yeah,
it's
but the
still wrong.
dependencies are wrong. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So that's fixed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah,
Um,
that was, yeah, that could have big
and
problems.
yeah, well, as soon as you start trying to reuse packages, it'll break.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Also, I also noticed that the AI
yeah,
package depends on some others, so that's something we can
yeah,
completely separate later on.
yeah. I wanted to also talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned. So
Yeah.
currently, the things that the AI package depends on is the database operations.
Uh huh.
Some of the database operations, um, which was basically to find the user, because now we have the user ID, um, and also yeah, and so that, and also the env configuration also, which we have in the database package. um,
Mm.
so some of the things we can rule out, but then again, some of the things,
Can we just
yeah, I
remove
mean,
the? Can we just have it directly take environment variables from the environment? Wouldn't that make sense?
yeah, actually, now that I look at it, okay, yeah. The only thing that is dependent on other packages from ours are just middleware, which is not something that everybody would need. So that is fine. That could be okay. And then, yeah, mostly everything else is done alone already.
Yeah, like also the prompt builder
Yeah.
may need to be
Oh yeah.
passed in as may need to be passed in as a callback as well.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but that's fine because we could just have a really simple default prompt builder built into the AI package,
Yes.
and then users can pass in a more complex one. I mean,
Yes.
developers. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited for this package. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Um, Now that I look at it, yeah, a lot of things are just for the user, getting the user, and then
Yeah,
basically rate limiting,
yeah,
finding the user, and allowing someone, if there is a user who has logged in, and then stuff like that. So we
yeah,
can mostly rule out everything.
yeah. We can pretty much extract that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that while I'm doing all of these changes that we talked about today, so we don't have to do it separately.
nice, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Burhan is here.
Any final words, Burhan?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix my internet.
All right. Do you want us to wait? We
Yeah.
basically wrapped
Uh,
up.
oh, awesome. I mean, final words could be happy coding.
Okay.
Happy God. Yeah, we need to lock
Yeah,
in for September to December.
right.
Everybody's logging in.
We need to lock in.
Yeah. There's this trend going on X that basically everybody's posting about locking in, and everybody's apparently locking in for the end of this year, basically from September to December. I don't know what's
What it means?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Why is everybody
I mean,
logging in?
about time to lock in, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that sentence that you just spoke is true all the time of the year. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, good. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Okay. Well, that's basically the meeting.
Yeah.
I'll just end the stream now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.